Hey there, KBH fans. Stock, aka Callan for TGN and Keyboard Heroes Gaming, bringing you Marvel Heroes. I said I was going to do a little Cable overview because he is the best hero. I haven't even played them all, and I know he's the best. No, I'm just kidding. He just feels really rounded. I don't die a lot on him. He does a lot of damage, and he helps the party. So he's just a very well-rounded guy. Funny thing, Sider would always say he's like a paladin, which when I show you how he plays, yeah, I guess he's kind of like a paladin. But first I'll go through the tree, and then I'll take you in and we'll show you some of the skills or how to use the skills together to make a good character. Now, when you're leveling up, save all of your respec devices because you're gonna need it at end game. I repeat, save all of your respec devices. I've spent way too much G's on respecing, but it's only to find the perfect build. I like to make sure that my points aren't wasted. So this is the build that I've come up with. I have no wasted points so far. So we'll start in the soldier tree here. These are your basic powers. Your basic fighting powers that don't cost spirit to use, so your left click, and so you get searing shot. I don't put any more points into it. I mean, I know there is a synergy. It's plus 2% point damage per every time you put it into one of these other ones. The other one gets stronger, but you see, it's 2% from blistering bolt to searing shot and vice versa. But the one that I use, energy pulse, is only 1% damage, so there isn't really a big, maybe I'm just doing math badly, but I've had a bunch of points in here and it just seemed like it really didn't help any, so I avoided that. So I have just the one in here that I need, just the one in here that I need to keep progressing. These extra ones these green ones are from gear. And then right down to energy pulse, I have it maxed out because it is the basic power that I use mostly. I used to use concussion blast a lot at lower levels. At higher levels, it just became not very efficient to use. It costs a lot of spirit to use. It's random because, I mean, you hit it and it homes in on a target, but you can't pick the target that it homes in on. Whatever's closest. Also, it homes in on like stuff that you can break in the environment. So if there's no dudes around, that's what it goes for. So it's really unpredictable. As you put points into it, the stun duration does go up. Does an okay amount of damage, not very good. I just didn't have room for it on my bar, and I'll show you why when we're done here. Now, I could see me using this if I was heavily spec'd into Devastating Beam or Plasma Barrage. Like if I was heavily spec'd into the soldier, I could see me using this, but I'm not. So I would, if this does fit in this tree correctly, I'd want to stun them before I use this Devastating Beam, because it does have a large charge up time. You have to stand there for like 3 seconds, and that ain't happening during a boss fight. So, soldier is pretty good for trash, but not the best for bosses. The one in here that I do have maxed out though is the Vortex Grenade. It goes really well in the Cyan tree. It is so by far the best skill Cable has. You can stack grenades on top of each other. It lasts for almost 7 seconds, so you can almost get 3 grenades down. It's got a 3.5 cooldown. You can almost get 3 grenades down and stack the DOT on a boss if he stays in the same place, which is an awesome amount of damage. So I also have gear that upgrade this as well. The synergy doesn't really help me because it's with concussion blast and I don't use it. So it goes well with this tree, and I'll show you how that works. In the tactician tree, there is not a lot here. I would recommend do not put any points into elusive roll. It is useless. You just strafe to the right. It's a waste of spirit and a waste of time, especially if you're using kinetic repulsion. You have a passive power veteran warrior. Increases your critical chance. Not useful right now for me because I'm using a lot of DOTs. Right now, Cable or any DOT in the game does not have a chance to critical. They said it's not working as intended. It's, you know, you're supposed to get criticals from DOT. So once they fix that, I may put some more points into this. But for now, I don't have any. I just have the one that you actually start with when you start your character. The only thing I put points into the tactician tree is the bold aura, which is increased in movement speed, which helps a lot with your parties and high levels. And then it's got just a pure damage increase, which is never bad. It does have a synergy between the other auras. This is a spirit aura. I find it kind of useless just because I regain spirit pretty quickly and I don't really run out of it too often. And the reduction, the spirit reduction cost just isn't enough for me to, like, if I piled 12 points into this, it probably wouldn't even reach 20%. So it doesn't really do a lot for me. And the other one is useless too. It's a defense booster. I mean, 64 defense is absolutely nothing in this game if you know how the defense stacks up in the math. You know, they recently patched and fixed defense for people like Thing and Thor and the Hulk. Those people that are up front and, you know, right up against a boss, they needed more defense. They were just getting one-shotted, and it's like, how can I melee? Anyway, that's another story. So this is kind of useless. Don't use that. So like I said, the only thing in the tactician tree you put you max out is the bold aura, and you put 1 point in quick body slide so you can teleport. Very useful skill. Scion tree. This is where the majority of my points go. I keep Psychic Haze maxed out. I keep Psychic Trap maxed out, and I keep Kinetic Repulsion maxed out. This is the bubble you always see around Cable. It blocks people shooting you. It pushes enemies back, and this used in synergy with the telekinetic shield is very nice. I only put one in the shield because the only thing that goes up with the points when you put it in is the duration, which I don't need that. So you pop this bubble and then you put the shield on underneath it. It's a pretty great combination, and also it synergies with kinetic repulsion and increases the duration of both of them for the more points you put into both. So because I have 21 points into this, I don't really feel like I need to put any more points into this because the duration's already increased because of the synergy. So the other two skills that go well together are Psychic Haze and Psychic Trap. Psychic Trap is a lot of direct damage right away, a very large AoE, and it roots them for almost 4 seconds. So I use the Psychic Trap, I put the bubble up, and then I use Psychic Haze, which is a decent amount of damage over 7 seconds, and also slows them for 30. So you're not getting hit at all on Cable, and you're just dishing out damage. So let's go in without further ado and just show you how we roll here. I'll just go into the Kingpin's warehouse since there's a nice grouping of guys in here. I don't want to keep this video kind of short for you guys, but go buy Cable. Like if you have 1200 Gs, you need to buy Cable. He's got cool things like he picks up cars with his mind. I mean, come on. Amazing, right? So for the most part, keep your bold aura up. As you can see, it's quite an increase in speed. I keep that up at all times. Since I've got this maxed out, this lasts for 6 seconds. At lower levels, this shield does not last that long. It only lasts like a minute. But I weave that with my other skills. So nothing, they can't shoot me, you know, blah, blah, blah. I just throw Psychic Haze, keep the shield up. When a lot of guys start grouping around, that's when I put out the grenade. So I'll show you that here. So I throw out the grenade. Oh, see, they already died. Let's see what we got here. So I throw out the grenade, and see the bubble keeps them and pushes them back into it, and there's nothing that they can do about it. And then the excess I just pick up with Psychic Haze. Here comes some more, so I throw out the bubble and the grenade. Got a 1 second on it. If it was on a boss, I'd throw down another one, and they stack, which is great. So the other skill would be, I put this up, and then hit Psychic Trap. Big AoE, so you can see it holds everybody, you know, pretty loosely, or pretty hard actually. But it also does 1200 damage to them when you do it. So very, very useful skill along with all those DOTs that we use. So that's the energy blast. That's the basic skill I'm using. Here is the body slide. I'll move my team here for a second. So I root everybody, I throw out a grenade, and I pick up the rest of the psychic Ks. It's just, there's nothing that works better. So I'll show you the teleport. You can see you can move very, very quickly. And we'll show you on the boss here how we stack it up. So here's the initial shield, and then I put the telekinetic shield on. You can see I've got 2 shields on right now, one with damage reduction and one that blocks and pushes enemies away. It's not get any better than that. So for boss fights, stay mobile, keep this bubble up. When you get in trouble, pop the other shield, keep psychic Ks going, and most importantly, throw out your grenade, watch the cooldown, and stack it up. So I'm stacking it now. Watch his health. So I got 2, and right now I've probably got 3 stacked up on him. But for the most part, it's always at least 2. Keep psychic Ks, and I kind of weave these skills in with each other. Throw up that shield once in a while, and there you go. You know, you just devastate the boss. Cable's amazing. So that's my Cable overview. I highly recommend him as a hero. If you like ranged people, he is your guy. Other than that, I think coming up later next week, I may be making some Firefall videos. I don't know if you've ever heard of Firefall. I'm sure you have. I have some beta access. I'm going to make sure that I'm allowed to do it first. If I am, I'm going to try and post some PvP from that stuff, since we're not getting any PvP from this game right now. Because it's terrible. So, you know, let me know any questions, comments, suggestions in the video for this video or any other video we have. Just leave a comment. I'll get back to you. Appreciate all the support, and just make sure you try and subscribe to the channel and give us a thumbs up and a like if you like the video. YouTube.com/KBHgaming. Appreciate it, guys. Stay classy. I'm out.